As we get older, every step we take becomes more meaningful than we realize. Many seniors in America know how just one small fall can change daily life. Suddenly walking around the house feels harder, quick trips to the store become stressful, and a quiet fear starts to build about going outside. Sometimes it's not even the fall itself that hurts the most, but the loss of confidence that follows. You begin to second-guess your body, your balance, and even the ground under your feet. I've seen too many older adults stop walking confidently because of fear, and I don't want that for you. You deserve to move through your day with steadiness and ease, to walk across your kitchen, through your garden, or down your favorite grocery aisle without that little voice of worry. Before we get started, I'd love to know where you're watching from today. Drop your state or city in the comments below. It helps all of us feel connected as one community of strong, wise seniors learning together. And if you have your own tip that's helped you stay steady, share it too. You never know, it might help someone else watching right now. Point 1. Head position awareness. One of the most helpful habits you can build for safer walking is paying attention to where you hold your head. Most people don't realize that your head actually guides your whole body. When you walk with your head dropped forward and your eyes fixed on the ground, your shoulders start to round, your back leans ahead of your center, and your balance slowly shifts forward. It feels like you're being careful, but in reality, you're making yourself a little more likely to trip. I understand why many older adults tend to walk this way. You want to see where you're stepping to make sure nothing is in your path. It's a natural instinct, you're being cautious. But keeping your head down too long changes your body's alignment. It puts extra pressure on your neck, shoulders, and lower back, and it limits how far you can see ahead. The best way to stay balanced is to keep your eyes forward most of the time, so your posture stays upright and your steps follow your line of sight. Physical therapists often recommend something called the 20 to 80 rule. That means about 80% of the time, keep your head and eyes facing forward, looking roughly 10 to 15 feet ahead. This keeps your balance centered and your back naturally straight. The other 20% of the time, you can glance down briefly, but just with your eyes, not your whole head. Let your eyes check the floor when needed, then gently bring your focus forward again. It may feel strange at first, especially if you've spent years walking with your head lowered. But with gentle practice, your body adjusts. You'll notice that your steps feel smoother and lighter, your breathing opens up, and you feel more confident looking out into the world instead of down at it. That small shift in how you hold your head can completely change the way you walk and the way you feel. Point 2. Arm swing rhythm. Most people think walking is all about their legs, but your arms play a much bigger role than you might imagine. The natural swinging of your arms helps you stay balanced, steady, and relaxed while you move. When your arms move gently with each step, they act like small stabilizers that keep your body in rhythm and prevent stiffness. But as we get older, that natural arm swing often fades without us even noticing. Maybe arthritis has made your shoulders tight. Maybe years of carrying bags in the same hand or walking carefully after a fall made you keep your arms still. Over time, the upper body stops moving, and walking starts to feel heavier, slower, and a bit more tiring. You might even notice that your steps become short or uneven, and that's because your arms aren't helping your balance anymore. The good news is, you can bring that natural swing back without any workout or strain. The trick is awareness. Next time you walk, let your elbows stay slightly bent and relaxed. Don't force big swings or stiff movements. Just allow your arms to move gently with your steps. When your right leg moves forward, your left arm should swing forward, and when your left leg steps, your right arm follows. It's the same pattern your body learned when you first started walking as a child. If it feels unfamiliar or awkward, try practicing in a safe spot. Maybe your kitchen or hallway, where you can hold onto a counter for support if needed. March in place for a few moments and notice how your arms naturally want to join the rhythm. Even a few minutes of this practice each day can help your body remember its natural balance. Over time, you'll notice your steps feel lighter, your shoulders less tense, and your whole walk smoother. That gentle arm swing isn't just about movement. It's a quiet reminder that your body still remembers how to stay steady and free. Point 3. Heel-to-toe walking. One of the biggest differences between walking safely and walking shakily comes down to how your feet touch the ground. Many seniors don't realize that their walking pattern has changed over the years. Instead of rolling through each step from the heel to the toe, they start placing the whole foot flat at once, or sometimes even landing on the toes first. It might feel easier or safer at the moment, especially if your legs feel tired or your balance feels uncertain, but this small habit actually makes you more likely to trip or shuffle. The natural way to walk is to let your heel touch down first, then gently roll through the middle of your foot, and finally push off with your toes. This smooth heel-to-toe motion acts like your body's built-in shock absorber. It keeps your weight centered, protects your knees and hips, and helps your steps flow comfortably one after another. When you lose that rolling motion, your steps become shorter, your toes drag, and walking starts to feel like work instead of ease. The encouraging part is that your body remembers this movement. It just needs a little reminder. Start by practicing in a safe, open area of your home. As you walk slowly, focus on letting your heel land first, then feel the roll toward your toes. Don't try to exaggerate or force it. Just allow your feet to find their natural rhythm again. If you're unsure, walk barefoot on carpet or wear soft shoes that let you feel the floor. This helps you notice each part of the step more clearly. At first, it might feel a bit odd, especially if you've been walking flat-footed for years. That's okay. Give yourself a few days to adjust. Soon, you'll notice your steps feel smoother, your legs less tired, and your balance more secure. Heel-to-toe walking is one of those simple habits that quietly strengthens your confidence every time you take a step. Point 4. Foot position. Another small but powerful habit that can make a big difference in your balance is the way you place your feet when you walk. Many older adults don't pay attention to this detail, yet it affects how steady and confident each step feels. Over time, as hips and knees weaken or as balance changes, some people start turning their feet inward without realizing it. This inward position makes the legs feel tight and unsteady, and it increases the chance of catching your toes on the floor or bumping one foot into the other. A more natural and safer position is to let each foot point slightly outward, just a gentle angle, not exaggerated. Think of standing comfortably rather than standing stiff. When your feet turn outward a little, your hips open up, giving your body a wider, more stable base to support you. This also helps your weight spread evenly across both legs, so your steps feel smoother and your side-to-side balance improves. You don't have to make big changes or force your feet into a new position. The key is awareness. Before you start walking, look down just briefly and notice whether your toes are pointing inward. If they are, adjust them slightly outward, then take a few steps and feel the difference. You might notice that your knees and hips relax, your steps feel more secure, and your body moves more naturally. You can even practice this simple habit at home. Stand in front of a mirror and take a few slow steps. Watch how your feet move and make tiny adjustments until it feels balanced. A small outward angle helps prevent tripping, keeps your stride steady, and reduces the tension that builds up in the hips. Over time, this little awareness becomes second nature, helping you move with quiet confidence and control. Point 5. Keep a gentle bend in your knees. One of the most common habits that can quietly make walking harder and riskier is keeping your knees locked straight. Many seniors do this without realizing it, because it feels like the safe way to stay upright and firm. You might think, if I keep my legs straight, I'll be steadier. But the truth is the opposite. When your knees are stiff, your whole body becomes rigid, and that stiffness throws off your balance. It also makes every step more tiring and uncomfortable. Your knees are meant to bend softly, acting like your body's natural shock absorbers. When you allow a gentle bend, your legs can move smoothly and adjust to the surface you're walking on, whether it's your carpet at home, the grocery store floor, or a sidewalk outside. That slight bend keeps your weight centered and gives you better control if you need to catch yourself or shift your balance. It also reduces pressure on your joints and helps your muscles, especially your thighs and hips, work together to support you. Here's a simple way to feel the difference. Stand near a steady counter or the back of a chair for support. Notice how your knees feel right now. If they're completely straight, just unlock them a little, barely bend them. Just enough so they feel soft, not tight. Now take a few slow steps like that. You'll likely notice your movement feels lighter and smoother, and your balance feels more natural. This habit can also ease pressure on your lower back and hips, because your body moves as one connected system instead of stiff separate parts. Think of it like driving a car with good suspension. It glides smoothly instead of bouncing with every bump. That's what your knees do for you when they stay slightly bent. Over time, You'll find that keeping a gentle bend makes walking less tiring, less painful, and far more stable. It's a small change with a big reward. Steady, confident steps every day. Point 6. Smaller steps for better stability. Many of us grew up hearing that taking big, long steps makes us look strong and confident. But as we age, our bodies change, and what once worked can now make us feel off balance. Large steps shift your weight too far forward or backward for a split second, and that's often enough to throw you off. When your foot lands too far ahead, your center of gravity moves behind it, and if the floor is slippery or uneven, it becomes much harder to recover if you stumble. Smaller, more controlled steps help keep your weight right where it belongs, centered over your body. With short, gentle steps, your feet stay close to your strongest point of balance. This gives your hips, knees, and core a better chance to support you naturally. You don't need to shorten your steps dramatically, just enough that you feel balanced and steady rather than stretched or reaching. Here's a little habit you can try. Time yourself for 10 seconds while walking normally and count your steps. Then, do another 10 seconds taking slightly shorter, lighter steps. If your step count goes up just a bit, that's good. It means you're using smaller, safer movements. You'll probably notice that your walk feels smoother, your knees less strained, and your balance easier to maintain. This habit is especially useful if you use a cane or a walker. When steps are too big, the device can feel like it's holding you back, or worse, pulling you forward. Smaller steps let your body and the device move together, keeping your balance under control. Remember, stability isn't about speed, it's about feeling grounded and confident in each step you take. With time, shorter steps start to feel natural. You won't even think about them. You'll just feel lighter, more in control, and more secure. It's a quiet but powerful way to keep your freedom of movement, one small, steady step at a time. Point 7. Strengthening your core. When most people think about balance, they focus on their legs or feet. But real balance actually begins right in the middle of your body, your core. This includes the muscles around your stomach, lower back, and hips. Think of your core as the foundation of a house. If that foundation is weak or shaky, it doesn't matter how strong the walls are. Everything above it starts to feel unstable. As we age, those core muscles naturally lose some of their strength unless we remind them to stay active. Many seniors notice that they get tired faster while walking or that they lean on furniture more often for support. It's easy to assume that your legs are the problem, but very often it's the core that's quietly losing its power. The good news is that you don't need heavy workouts or gym equipment to rebuild it. Simple daily habits can wake up those muscles again. Try this small exercise. While standing or sitting, gently pull your belly inward, not a hard suck in, just a light tightening, as if you're bracing for a gentle tap on your stomach. Hold that soft tension for a few seconds, then relax. You can do this anytime, while brushing your teeth, watching TV, or standing at the sink. These tiny moments strengthen your abdominal and back muscles without strain. Another easy way to improve your balance is to lift one foot just an inch off the floor while holding onto a sturdy counter or table for support. Hold for a few seconds, then switch sides. You'll feel your hips and core working quietly together to keep you upright. As these muscles get stronger, you'll notice a difference. Standing up from a chair feels easier, turning around feels smoother, and walking becomes more stable. Your core isn't just about strength, it's about confidence. When the middle of your body feels strong, every part of you moves with greater ease and safety. Point 8. Floor awareness and using support wisely. Sometimes, it's not a big obstacle that causes a fall. It's the small changes we don't see coming. A rug edge, a doorway threshold, a shiny tile, or even a shadow on the floor can throw you off balance for just a second. As we get older, our eyes and brain take a bit longer to adjust to changes in depth or lighting. That tiny delay is normal, but it can be enough to make a simple step feel unsteady. That's why floor awareness is such an important walking habit. It simply means giving yourself a moment to understand what surface you're on before you move. If you're walking from carpet to tile, or from a wooden floor onto a rug, pause for a second. Let your body sense the new surface before taking the next step. One easy trick is to quietly name the surface in your mind: carpet, tile, step down. It might sound funny, but this little habit helps your brain prepare your body. You'll start noticing your steps becoming slower, safer, and more in control. Lighting changes matter too. Moving from bright sunlight into a dim hallway or shaded area can make the ground look uneven or hard to judge. Give your eyes a moment to adjust before walking ahead. And if you wear bifocals, be extra careful when looking down. Those lenses can make the floor seem closer or farther away than it really is. Instead of dropping your head, tilt your eyes slightly downward and move at a comfortable pace. Lastly, never be afraid to use support when you need it. Holding a sturdy handrail, a cane, or a walker isn't a sign of weakness, it's a sign of wisdom. The goal isn't to depend on it constantly, but to use it smartly when your body feels unsure. Support tools help you stay active, not restricted. They give you the confidence to move freely without fear. Remember, there's real strength in knowing when to reach out for stability and doing it before a fall ever happens. Growing older doesn't mean losing your strength or your freedom. It means learning to move with wisdom. Every step you take is still yours, and every small habit you build makes that step steadier and safer. Walking is something we often take for granted, but it's also one of the greatest gifts we have. With the simple habits we've talked about, lifting your head, swinging your arms, walking heel to toe, keeping a soft bend in your knees, and paying attention to the ground beneath you, you're not just protecting your balance, you're protecting your independence. I know many older adults who stopped walking with confidence after one small fall, and it slowly changed how they lived. They avoided stairs, skipped walks, and even hesitated to visit friends. But once they began using these small, mindful habits, something beautiful happened. Their steps became lighter, their fear smaller, and their confidence stronger. They realized it wasn't about walking fast, it was about walking aware. If this video helped you or reminded you of something useful, share one habit you plan to start today in the comments. It might inspire someone else who's struggling with the same fears you once had. And remember, you're part of a growing community of seniors who are choosing strength, awareness, and confidence over caution. Keep walking, keep smiling, and keep moving forward, one safe, steady step at a time.